Shall I start?
Yes, please.
Good evening, everyone. I am Nahan, and today I have been given the opportunity to talk or to share on a topic which is called why people are reluctant to say sorry. Uh, this this phrase is actually very common. In fact, it is common to know that we all make mistakes. No one is perfect. But the issue is how many of us sincerely say the word sorry. Too many, we find it difficult to say sorry, not because we don't want to say sorry, but there are certain things that block us, yeah, that hinder us from acknowledging, admitting the mistakes. Yeah. Whether it is children or adult or working adults, whoever it is, anybody for that matter, we find many people do not want to say sorry. Okay. So today's topic, I'm going to discuss what are the reasons people find it difficult to say sorry, yeah, for something which they should. Okay. When we say sorry, okay, it basically describes to acknowledge our mistakes or wrongdoing that might have hurt someone. Okay. That is the reason we should admit, yeah. By saying this, it can feel like admitting fault. So when you say sorry, it looks like as though we are admitting our fault, making us vulnerable and potentially damaging our pride. Okay? We might fear being judged or losing respect or appearing weak or even losers. Okay? Some of us may think that if I say I'm sorry, that means I'm a loser. Thus, we tend to find it difficult to hesitate to say sorry. Okay? There are many reasons leading to it. Let me share with you some of the common reasons why we are reluctant to say the word sorry. Okay. Let's say, assuming our your child is playing happily with another child, when suddenly you see them reach out and smack the other child on the head. And of course, the other child's parents has watched the whole scene unfold. I think it is very typical, yeah. Whenever children play, suddenly you see them getting into what you call a little fights, yeah. So, as the parent of the child, we will always tell to go and say sorry now. The child may stare at us, blankly, and have no idea why we are asking you to say that. But because the parent says so, the child just says, yeah. So when the child doesn't do it, the parents, in a firmer voice, demands her to just say sorry. Just go and say sorry. You know. So at the instruction of the parents, the child also says sorry. But is the child saying it sincerely out of own will, or is it because she is being forced by the parents? Yeah. So sometimes you see the child could start to cry and utterly with insincere feeling just goes to the other child and says sorry. Okay. What has happened here actually? If you really study, okay, there is something not right. Okay. When you force your child to say sorry after an incident and leave it at that without investigating further, all you're teaching, you are all teaching how to say the word sorry, and that if you say it, then that's all. You need to do it. You need not. explain. Okay, you just say sorry. It might sound a bit extreme, but you are actually teaching the child to lie by getting the child to say something that they really don't mean. We must understand sometimes it could not be the fault of this particular child, but because of the other child, this child has to say sorry. So it is very unfair. And basically, we are telling our child, just tell the other the other person sorry. So it's we are teaching them to lie. She is lying actually. Yeah. But just to satisfy the surroundings, satisfy the parents, and to cool down the whole situation, she is instructed to say sorry. Okay. Okay. It is not only children that this happens. Have you ever seen, have you ever been in such a situation where you have to say sorry, even if you're not done any wrong, according to you, right? Sometimes we feel we are not wrong, and yet we just say the word sorry, just to cool down the situation. This is what we call insincere apology. Yeah. So what I'm driving at is when we say sorry, it must be on a true fact and it must come out from inside out. Yeah, it has to be sincerely told. Okay. Now coming to our sharing, yeah, our sharing today, let's explore why people are reluctant to say sorry. There are so many logical explanation to this. Yeah, there's so many logical explanation to this. Number one is self-esteem. Self-esteem. People think that they are better than everybody else. Okay, an apology would shatter their self-esteem. Their general perception is apologizing is a sign of weakness. So when I apologize, it's a sign of weakness. And once I perceive it as weak, as my weakness, we lose our respect. We genuinely don't think we have done anything wrong. So it's a waste of time. Okay? So by just simply saying sorry, because of my self-esteem, I don't want to be let down, so I'm not going to say sorry. The second one is ego. Okay. Ego plays a very important role in our day-to-day life. Okay. It does not mean we have a strong sense of pride. Okay. Sometimes admitting wrong doing might trigger the fragile part of our ego. Okay. So when we admit our wrongdoing, it will trigger our ego. It's seeming like it's an attack on our self-image. Okay. So when I say sorry, it attacks on my self-image. So I have to protect it. And protecting this image makes us reluctant to apologize. And there is a tendency to deflect blame. Okay. Because of our ego, we tend to deny, we tend to blame others. Yeah? And we do not accept the apology. We do not say the apology. Okay. The third one is we feel insecure or ashamed. Okay, this is one of the reason. Also, one of the reason why we are reluctant to say sorry. When a person can't apologize, it doesn't always mean they are doing so maliciously. Okay, they might fear retaliation or other negative outcomes. So instead of just saying sorry, they try to avoid it at all costs. Okay, they just whatever wrong they do, they would not admit it. They would try their best to avoid at all costs. The fifth one is they are afraid to admit. of being wrong is they're afraid to admit that doing wrong is hard. Okay, afraid to admit of being wrong is hard because before you admit to anyone else, you have to admit yourself. But because I'm afraid to admit, okay, what I do is wrong, I do not want to admit. Yeah. Why are we so afraid to admit that we are wrong? There are also several reasons. Okay, there is a factor at the back that affect us or that persuades us not to acknowledge that we are wrong. One of the reason is because admitting mistake is akin to saying that the others may know better than us, and that takes humility to admit. Okay, because admitting mistake, admitting, sorry, because admitting by saying apology means taking responsibility. So when we apologize genuinely means we have to take responsibility of our action. Okay? This is also another reason why people find it hard to accept. Yeah. Let me rephrase. Yeah. Rephrase what I said. Okay. Apologizing means taking responsibility of our actions and owning the consequences. I have to take responsibility and face the consequences if I were to admit of my wrongdoing. That also stops me, yeah, from acknowledging or accepting the mistake. Okay. Also, because apologizing genuinely can only happen when you don't fear your own inadequacies and understand that a part is never bigger than a whole. We must understand that a fraction, okay, does not equal to the whole part. Another example is when I say a part is never bigger than a whole. Say, got 5 fingers. Okay, got 5 fingers. I cannot say this one finger is bigger than the whole hand. So even by admitting mistake, yeah, admitting by apologizing genuinely, you can only apologize genuinely when you don't fear your own inadequacies and you understand that you are no bigger than the others. Yeah, you are no bigger than the situation. You are just part of the situation. Okay, you must accept that fact because an apology also forces you to acknowledge the ability of others and admit to having fallen short. Okay, again, I'm repeating because an apology forces you to acknowledge that the ability of the others and admit of having fallen short. You are accepting the ability of others and admitting we have fallen short. So I do not want to be felt uh, lower than the others. Yeah, so I do not want to apologize. Next is because an apology comes with an obligation of correcting oneself and rectifying one's action. Okay. Also, because apologizing keeps a larger picture in mind. Okay, that is the success of the project, the value of a relationship, and the emotion. Okay, in the human aspect. So, because of all this, we are afraid to admit to being wrong. Okay, we are afraid to admit that we are doing wrong. We find it difficult to accept our mistakes. So instead of saying sorry, what do? Instead of saying sorry, they resort to make excuses. Yeah. And denial. rather than feeling guilty. Okay. So you must remember, yeah, if they want to escape, if they want to stop saying sorry, if they do not want to say sorry, they have to defend themselves. So what they do is they make excuses and denial rather than feeling guilty. This works because as they do this, they bypass feelings of shame and any reminders of the past failures. Okay, because they want to safeguard, they want to they want to portray an image where they don't want their past failures to be recalled. Okay, and feel ashamed. So what they do is they make excuses, find reasons why they are not faulty. What they did is correct. Okay. For many, not apologizing helps them manage their feelings. Okay. By not apologizing, they're able to manage their feelings. However, yeah, however, when you think about it, just what I said is all why people are reluctant to say sorry and what is stopping them. Okay, but however, yeah, authentic people feel sorry when they have made a mistake. Okay, that hurts someone else or was unfair to others. When you feel it, it is easy to say sorry. So if you feel internally, okay, if you feel internally that I really made mistake, if you understand or if you know yourself that you have made a mistake, and and if you're an authentic person, you will openly say sorry. By saying sorry, it will make us feel better when we apologize. It sets things right, okay, with the other person. It is just a word, but if it is said with sincerity, okay, and also say courageously. That means you must have sincerity, you must have the courage to say sorry. Not everybody can say sorry, yeah. Only those who are sincere, okay, those who have the courage, okay, they can easily say sorry. These two, sincerity and courage, it communicates with respect. So if you have the sincerity, if you have the courage, when you say sorry, it resonates with respect. Okay? It can soothe a strained relationship and replace anger with reconciliation. You see the wonder when you say sorry with sincerely from inside out, not because the parents say so in the child's case, not because the parents say so, she has to say sorry, or in the office environment, not because the boss says so, I have to say sorry. When I say sorry because of the third party, it is not coming from within me. Okay, I'm telling it with the advice of others. So the credit actually goes to the person who is tell us to say sorry. But if it comes directly from us, sincerely, and we have the courage to say, the person who is receiving the word sorry, hearing the word sorry, they will understand that I really mean it. Yeah. But if they feel, oh, he is telling sorry because the parents say so, so the connection is not there. Okay. There's a breakdown in the connection. So knowing how to apologize can repair a damage in a relationship. Okay. Knowing how to apologize. When I say knowing how to apologize, that is, you are saying with sincerity, you are saying with courage, and it is what you want to say. Okay, when you say this, it will help to repair the damage in relationship, in teamwork, and communication. Okay, but If you are not sincere, you can make things worse. Yeah. So you have to be sincere. When you say sorry, when you apologize, it must be sincere. Okay. Otherwise, it makes no sense. You're only saying the word sorry just to cool down the situation. But the matter still remains, the fact still remains. You are just saying just to pacify. And if the other person knows that you are not sincere, they have all the right not to accept your apology. Yeah. Because they know you are not telling it, you are not really accepting it. Okay. Generally speaking, yeah, if you suspect that something you did caused someone else hurt feelings, it's good to apologize and clear the air. Okay. So when you know, yeah, when you know that you have made some mistake or something, some error, something's not right, that has caused someone else, that has hurt somebody else's feelings, it is my responsibility, it's our responsibility to apologize and clear the air. Once you apologize and clear the air, the whole case will be closed. The receiving party will also understand. They will not keep it to the heart, yeah, and cause more damage. Taking responsibility means acknowledging mistake. Okay, taking responsibility means acknowledging mistake you have made that has hurt others. That is what you call taking responsibility. Yeah, when you say I'm taking responsibility, that means I'm acknowledging my mistake that I have hurt others, and by saying something vague. Okay, sometimes when I accept or when I feel that I've made some mistake, yeah, something wrong, the way I say it also have got implication, yeah. The way I say the word sorry. For example, yeah, saying something vague like, I'm sorry if you are offended. Very often we say this, yeah. I'm sorry I've offended you. It implies, okay, that the hurt feelings were a random reaction on the part of the other person. Because the way we say it, yeah, what I said is, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I've offended you. Okay. It actually implies that the hurt feelings were a random reaction on the part of the other person. However, if we say, I'm whatever I have said, when I said such and such, I wasn't thinking. Okay, you acknowledge to the other party. You know something. When I said just now about such, so and so and so and so, I was actually not thinking. Okay, now I realize I've hurt your feelings, and I'm really sorry. See the difference? Difference between the two. The first one, I say, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry you are offended. I'm just acknowledging the fact that I have made a mistake. I apologize. Whereas the second one is more deeper. Just now I said this. I said such and such. At that time, I was not thinking. Now, after recalling back, I realize I've hurt your feelings. I'm really sorry. See the tone of our language, our intonation, yeah, the way we say it, it has got a deeper meaning. So this deeper meaning will give the recipient or the person hearing it accept the fact, wow, this guy really realizes his mistake. This guy really realizes his mistake. He has accepted it. I acknowledge. No problem. Yeah. So acknowledging that you know what it was you say. Okay. Acknowledging what you know what it was you said that hurt the other party, and you take responsibility of it. Because I acknowledge, yeah, I acknowledge what I said, and that hurt you, will make me take responsibility to undo it. Yeah, I got the responsibility. So basically, what I'm trying to say is, do not make assumptions and do not try to shift the blame. When you make a mistake, do not make assumption and do not try to shift the blame. Sincerely apologizing involves courage and humiliation. See the two words, yeah? Courage, humiliation. Okay? It's very important. If we say it sincerely, people will accept it in a much better way. Remember, when you apologize, you are taking responsible of your part in the conflict. Okay? So you must apologize sincerely from deep inside you with courage and humiliation. If you do that, it shows that you are taking responsibility for the part, for your part in the conflict. That does not mean you are admitting, yeah? It does not mean we are accepting our admitting that the entire conflict was our fault. So by admitting this, it does not mean that I'm taking sole responsibility for the whole mistake. That is not, yeah? That is not what I'm trying to say, yeah? Okay. People always are afraid to apologize first because they think whoever apologizes first is a loser or they are more wrong. You know, so when I do something wrong or during my conversation with another person, if I apologize first, sometimes I'm afraid to apologize because to me, I feel if I apologize first, I am guilty. I admit I'm guilty and I'm the loser. Yeah. So that's a perception most of us have. One of the reasons why we are finding it difficult to apologize. Okay. Apologize your own. We must apologize for our own peace of mind. And the other person may be inspired by your sincerity. So when we apologize at our for our own peace of mind, okay, peace of mind, and the other person may be inspired by your sincerity, but be sure not to apologize just because you expect an apology in return. Basically, what I'm trying to say is, when when I admit I'm wrong and I apologize, I do not expect an apology in return. Okay? If I've made it, I acknowledge and I have to go forward. Okay? So, why is apology so important? Why is apology so important? We must always bear in mind, uh, as as I said, yeah, most of us find it difficult to admit our mistakes. Yeah, even sometimes even we know we are mistake, but if I admit, people might feel low upon about us. Okay, I have a feeling that I have an inferior complex. Yeah, so I do not want to say sorry. Okay, but why apology is important? By apologizing, we are able to acknowledge that we are wrong. Okay, only when you apologize or when you say sorry, you're acknowledging that you are wrong. You are also able to express your regret and remorse. Okay. We are also able to learn from mistakes and find new ways of dealing situations. So you see, there are so many reasons why apology is important. We are not just telling apology just to admit we are at fault. Yeah, even we are, and then of course we say sorry because we are saying it out of our humiliation, our courage, our concentration, and our humiliation. But we also learn from mistakes and find new ways of dealing situations. Okay? If you do not apologize, you will never learn your mistake and you will never find new ways of dealing situations. Okay? So what we have to do is in any situation, in any communication, we must open up the communication. Okay. If there are some conflicts between teams or among the team members, it is always good to open up our communication. Once you open up our communication, and if the team members realize, supposing if I'm the team leader, okay, although I'm a team leader, I'm responsible for the whole team. I am not perfect. No one is perfect. Anybody who does a task are bound to make mistakes. The key is when we make any mistake, we must truly admit sincerely, not because we want others uh, to just accept it. Okay. When I say sorry, I really mean it. I'm not telling to pacify you. I'm not telling this just to cool down the situation. I want a solution. And for this solution, I have to admit if it is my mistake, even if among the team, if anybody were to do anything not right, they have to admit sincerely. Okay. And if these things happen, what will be the cause? I mean, what will be the outcome? If we are able to admit our mistakes and apologize sincerely, sooner or later, others will come to know about this person. Hey, working with Nahan, if he is wrong, he admits he's wrong, he will never defend. He's such a wonderful, he's a gem of a person. So what happens? Relationship builds up, communication skill improve, and the trustworthiness improve. Once you are trusted, okay, and if people believe in you and they know that you do accept mistakes with apology sincerely, what will happen? If you are in a team, the team will work harder. Yeah, the productivity will increase, less stress. I'm still heading towards stress. Okay. So at the end of the day, if you can maintain this, maintain a good communication skill, and then understand each other, work as a team, and then you able to admit and say sorry sincerely, you will have a situation, environment which is peaceful, less stress, and without any big problems. Okay. The bottom line is sincerely apologizing isn't always easy. It takes courage. Only courageous people can say sorry. If you do not have the courage, whatever I said earlier, those things will block you. Okay. All the reasons that I said earlier will block you from admitting your mistake. Okay. So sincerely apologizing, as I said, isn't always easier, but it is an important part of mending or maintaining relationship. See, in life we have to maintain relationship with your spouse, with your family members, with your friends, with your office staff, with your bosses, anybody whom you are liaising with. Okay, your stakeholders, you must have that. Okay, with empathy and open heart and courage, can take steps you need to make a sincere and honest apology. Yeah, it is a way to mend interpersonal relationship. It's very important to maintain interpersonal relationship. It is no point of me working in a silo. Okay, those days, yes, I can work in silo, but nowadays we cannot work alone. We must work. We must have interdependence, and for this, teamwork is important. Where each one of us in the team must play our role. And along the way, when we make mistake, we have to accept it with sincerity. Don't shy off. Don't feel, oh my God, when I say sorry, yeah, people look down upon me. You know, we must come out of that paradigm. Yeah, must come out of that perception. If we follow all this, then I'm sure whatever mistake we do, it can be easily accepted by the other party, and they will move on. Okay. Otherwise, people will not accept us. Whatever you say, they won't trust us. Yeah. And the result will be damaging. Having said all this, yeah, sometimes, of course, we are full of stress. We have to accept all of us have got stress. No one is stress free. A life without stress is not a life. Okay. You must undergo, have all the stress. But if you are in a stressful mood, if something happens that you just cannot do your work and you make mistakes, but you're reluctant to say sorry, to avoid all these things, there is another therapy which you follow will help you to overcome this situation of avoiding, uh, no, of not saying sorry or realizing your mistakes and apologize. That is called the laughter yoga therapy. In fact, those days I also never believed in laughter yoga therapy. But lately I've I've seen, I've heard, I followed many sessions of laughter yoga, how this can be used to ease many conflicts, yeah, especially our mental stress, to really help to soothe everything. So for that, I would like to invite my co-partner, that is Rajvin. She will introduce about herself. And so, Rajvin, shall I pass the baton to you?
So thank you, Mr. Nahan, for wonderful sharing. Um, Before I begin, um, forgiveness, laughter, and uh, smiles, and also forgiveness, laughter, and smiles, and uh, hypnotherapy are the um, tools to use as wo- as a complementary therapy as to why people can ease the self-doubt of people who are reluctant to say sorry. So special thanks to Mavin team for inviting me and Mr. Nahan to say a few words about this topic. Or from my side, I let's do a laughter yoga introduction. I am Rajvin. Ha 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 ha. And I am a certified laughter yoga teacher. Ha 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 ha. And I am a volunteer for uh, um, uh, volunteer for National Cancer Society of Malaysia, and a trainer for Mavin, and also Miss Beautiful Smile for Miss Amazing Malaysia 2023-2024. Let's start today's session with uh, with laughter. So so in laughter yoga, uh, pe- people who are reluctant to say sorry, they will automatically say sorry. How do how do they say sorry? I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Ha 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 ha. And thank you. So, uh, laughter yoga can bring us to be more tolerant, to be more patient, to be more flexible, and to be more less vulnerable to the stresses of life. Now, um, before I begin, let's go into deep meditation on has anyone heard of Ho'oponopono? Let's go into deep meditation first before I say my few points, and um, also talk about what we can do, what we can do to avoid the reluctancy of saying sorry. So let's go on with the meditation. Shabana, would you like me to reveal the meditation? Yes.
Yes, yes, please.
So, everyone, if you are you can remove your glasses for a while. Um, Close your eyes and think carefully and think vitally. When was the last time you ever are reluctant to say sorry? The question is yesterday, today, or tomorrow. And the question is the time to say sorry is now, the place to say sorry is here, and the uh, time to say sorry is the present moment. So, how can we do it? We can do it with relaxation, we can do it with laughter, we can do it with the positive affirmation. Let's explore this Ho'oponopono. I'm sorry. Ha 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 ha. Please forgive me. Ha 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 ha. I love you and thank you. Be still. Chant in your mantra in your own language to elevate the situation and to forgive yourself and to say that I forgive myself and I relax all parts of my body, starting from the rib cage, 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 starting from the calmness. You are now calm. You are now forgiven by people who hurt you, by anybody who hurt you. Let the relaxation flow down from your crown chakra right down to your forehead, to your every single muscles are now relaxed and you are ready to forgive, and you are now not reluctant. You are now free from reluctancy of saying sorry. You will now not be reluctant to say sorry, but you will now be at ease when you are hurt by somebody and you just say directly, I'm sorry, please forgive me, I love you, thank you. So Say sorry with laughter and smiles every day, even if the person you are not the person who hurt. Avoid self-blame. Avoid anything who hurt you, anybody who hurt you. You may now open your eyes and rub your palms and now open your eyes. You may put on your glasses. So, yeah, was that a good meditation? I believe it was, right? So now, first, before I explore the reason why are people reluctant to say sorry, let me explore the reason of forgiveness. Forgiveness is the art of saying sorry. If you are if you are angry at yourself, or if even if you are not angry at yourself, you tend to say sorry every day, and say, before you go to sleep, you can say sorry for the mistakes that you have done and just be happy. So, why are people reluctant to say sorry? Because they are fearful of losing someone they love, and they are fearful of being imperfect. Being they are fearful of being perfect. The question is, no one is perfect, and for me, as my as 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 Miss Beautiful Smile for Miss Amazing Malaysia and certified laughter yoga teacher, I believe that it's okay to be imperfect in your perfection, because uh, no two fingers are the same, no no two fingers are the same, no two people are the same. So instead of being reluctant, I would say practice laughter and uh, practice laughter and practice forgiveness, like Ho'oponopono, and release ego, release ego, and be a friend to everybody just like me. Even I'm friends with enemies also. Hardly I have enemies. So, um, so my tips is that when you wake up in the morning, how do you forgive yourself? You hug yourself, laughter. Ha 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 ha! I love myself. Ha 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 ha! And when you want to wake up in the morning, you say, "Dear God, I'm sorry for everything. Please give me a new day. Please give me a please make me a better person than I was yesterday. I am a better person. I was a better person. I am going to be a better person." And who taught me to learn the art of forgiveness? My uh, my founder, Minika Devi, and um, my um, my co founder, other than Shabana Nupur, Shabana Khan and Nupurji, and my hypnotherapist, Ajit Luder. And these people have played a pivotal role on how uh, to solve my problem when I was not able to forgive myself. So if I can do it, you can do it too. And um, most importantly, um, that I I must Um, I must say that I have not been perfect as a child, as a as a as a daughter to my mom, my dad, and my caregiver. But you know what? Nobody's perfect, and we need to laugh our way around it, laugh our sorriness, and practice gratitude, and practice laughter yoga, and practice ho'oponopono, meditation, like what I mentioned. And what does reluctancy does to the body? When you are reluctant to say sorry, your body also gets affected. You go into depression, you go into anxiety, and you go into high blood pressure. So why reluctant to say sorry? Have a have a laugh, have a book to read, have people around you, and say sorry to God, and sorry, and say to God that this is a new beginning, and be thankful for it. We never know. We never know what life is in store. So thank you for this wonderful platform, and the new topic. Why are we so reluctant to say sorry? And me and Nahan look forward to delivering you with every week, uh, come up with a new topic every week. Thank you. And I now open the floor for question and answer. Thank you. Shabana?
Yeah, thank you, Rajvin. And does anyone else has any question to Rajvin and Nahan? I think Grijaji has. Yeah, please ask.
It's not really a question. It's just a comment. I totally agree with what, and don't look so far out with your eyebrows, I totally agree with 99% of what you've said. There's nothing else to disagree. It's just I want to make a comment. Sometimes people don't admit they are wrong or don't want to think of saying sorry. It's because they are not aware that they may have made a mistake or offended another person or hurt someone's feelings. So then they don't say sorry. Unless someone points it out. And you recall early in the beginning, you mentioned that the parents told the child, go tell sorry, go tell sorry. The child, at a child's age, maybe the child cannot realize or does not realize because of immaturity. But there are also among us adults, no matter how old we are, we firmly believe we are in the right. We never see how could this have offended the other person. They cannot fathom it. So therefore, they don't realize their mistake. And therefore they feel, why should I go and say sorry? That's one comment I have to make. The second comment was quite connected to what you've mentioned earlier, Nahan. You said that if you're going to say sorry, it must be with sincerity. Correct. It must come from within. Otherwise, it's pointless. Agree with you again. You must also have the courage to say it. I just want to add on one more thing. I think that person must also have humility, because if you think you are above everybody else, or that you are a demigod or a god, I don't think you're going to have the humility, because you will always feel, I'm always right. I know everything. So why should I apologize? I know everything. I'm right. I'm not going to apologize. So I think humility needs to be added to the sincerity and the courage. That's what I just wanted to add. That's all. No questions here. Thank
Very
you.
good suggestions.
Uh,
And I just wanted to say, sometimes I say sorry too often, so people are like, "Why you are saying sorry?"
yeah, yeah.
So, and even for the small things. So,
Mm, mm,
what to do in that case? Because sometimes it's just like, sometimes you loudly shut the door, so it's not a big thing, but still, so you are like sorry, but then others also didn't realize why you have to say so many times sorry.
I think under such circumstances, we should not worry about others. We should not worry what others think. As long as you are sincere in what you say,
mm,
if you are really if you are what do you call sincere that sincerely you want to say sorry, I think it's no harm. Others
Yeah.
can think whatever they want.
Uh,
You can't help.
yeah.
What you said is perfect for you and you feel satisfied.
mm. Yeah, I think I agree with Nahan. It's very sincere coming from you then, Shavana.
Mm.
And also the fact, I think it points to the fact that you are a very sensitive person in the sense that you are sensitive to the feelings of others. I get that impression based on what you've said.
And
Kuldipji, do you have a comment?
Yes, I want to say something. Madam Rajvin, I have heard your words today, and as you are a certified laughter teacher, laughter yoga teacher, I may tell you that I am also a laughter ambassador. So I daily actually I attend the international classes of yoga by our Dr. Kataria, and I usually see you over there attending the classes. So, and I may mention one thing over here that I liked the meditation you actually performed well, and you actually it was good for our regeneration of muscles like this. So that was better. And I may bring one or two laughter exercises over here. Madam Rajan might be knowing it. And Mr. Nahan, you said that we must admit if we make a mistake and we must learn from that. So we have got two exercises. We
Guru
should
laughter, right?
accept we should accept. So I have done a mistake, laughing. We should accept it laughing.
Ha
Yes, I
ha
have
ha.
done a mistake. I have done a mistake. Yes, I admit. Yeah, I have made a mistake. Yes, yes, I admit. And now I'll put my right hand on my head and say, I will learn from the mistake. I will learn from my mistakes. And one more hand, left hand over it, and say, I will learn from others'
Oh,
mistakes
others
also.
mistake. Yay!
Yes,
I le-
yes.
I learned from a mistake. I learned from
I
others.
learned from
Ha
my
ha
mistake.
ha
I
ha.
learned from others' mistake.
It's called Guru laughter. Guru laughter. Ha ha ha.
And
Fantastic. Good.
yes,
Yay.
uh,
Very good.
uh,
Very good. Yay.
yes, very good, very good, yay, very good, very good, yay.
As a, as a,
And one
as
thing
a teacher,
more,
you must do. Very good. Very good. Yay. 2 times. I
yeah,
don't need.
two times. I have done two times. Yes, yes, yes. And as far as you said about courage is needed, sincerity is needed, and Madam De Silva, said that humanity is also needed. Yes, that was a better combination of all these three. Humanity actually pays, and we must admit that is all right. But one thing I wanted to know, if we have not done a mistake, and you said that forcibly we admit it, is it it pays or not? Is it all right or not?
If you have not made a mistake, if you are very certain that you
Yeah.
have not a mistake, you can always explain to the other party, make them understand the scenario.
Okay.
Maybe the communication was not complete.
I
Yeah.
think Miss
Communication.
So
Prema
you need
has
to
a
complete the
raised hand.
communication.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Communication
Yes.
gap.
Yes.
Communication gap. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I think Prema wanted to say something.
I just want to tell you, that the two words that I'm sorry and thank you, this is part of my life.
Yes.
I didn't force myself, but it comes like that because I consider my bodies belong to God. So if when I hit my hands or somewhere, I say sorry to my hand. And even a pen or pens, anything fall from because everything is divine. So I say in my mind sorry to that person, to that object. And the same thing when I walk, when I take, because I don't drive, so I used to take the public transport. So if I hit someone, if I don't respect someone, I just cross. I always say sorry. For me, it comes without thinking.
Yeah, naturally. It comes naturally, I think.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's not question of ego, not ego, humility, nothing. I don't know. But it's come for me, it's natural.
Right.
One
That's a
is to
good
say
way. That's a
sorry,
good
and
way.
the other is
Sorry?
one. You said two things. One is to say sorry, and the other is
Sorry
thank you.
and
Thank
thanks.
you.
Yes.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And thank
Yeah,
you. Thank
yeah.
you.
Because
Yes,
I
that's
know
it.
this is when you enter the train, is the door is automatic, in the lift is automatic, but this thing is open. I know that some energy is working behind that door to open for me, so I say thanks.
Good.
Yes, yes, that's
Very
better.
good. Yes.
That's better. And one thing more, we have actually somebody was saying that let go. You do
Let
the
it go.
you always say let go, and
I think uh, let go and let the stress go and let the blessings flow.
the blessing flow. Yes, and forget and forgive.
Okay, yeah.
Yes.
We must forget and forgive. Yes,
Exactly.
only then we can move ahead in our
Yes.
life.
Yeah.
So, okay. Thank
Yeah.
you, everybody.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Thank you.
everyone.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you,
Thank you,
everyone.
everyone.
And see you
For
again tomorrow.